week is week 14 of pregnancy. Yay! We're in the second trimester and I'm feeling good. So this week I want to talk about organization and systems. Super fun. But it's actually super important. Some of you are maybe already super organized and already live your life in a very organized and systematic way. And if that's your case, awesome. Continue. Keep it up. You'll be happy that that's what you do. But if you're not quite organized, this could be some valuable information for you. When I was first pregnant, well, it's just shifted my whole life, and I didn't quite know what to expect. And even though you ask other women, you read books, people will tell you about, the sleepless nights, all the diaper changing, all these things, which makes sense. You need to know about that, but I wish someone would have told me about what I'm going to share with you. And what it is that you need to take the time while you're pregnant to put in place systems in your household that will smoothen the ride. So how do you do that? I don't know for you, but when I got pregnant, I was newly married, and we didn't necessarily have already well-established routines or habits in our household. No one told me either that it was important to have all these systems in place and have them just become a habit for when the baby comes. So I didn't do that, and it just slowly with time I got into this state of just feeling super overwhelmed. So what I mean by systems and organization is this. I'm sure you've had people tell you near the end of pregnancy, it's really good to stock up your freezer with all these nice, fresh and high protein snacks, so that the first days and the first weeks that you don't have to prepare food. Just food is already there, ready. All you need to do is grab it and eat it, or pop it in the oven. So my systems is sort of along that line. So what you want to do is to get to a point where, and you start this in pregnancy, so that you've got it down packed when the baby comes in the weeks after. So what it is that you want to get to a point where you have easy accessible food and easy components for meals that are easy to put together, and in no time you have a meal. Because at this point you are cooking for yourself, you're cooking for your husband, and you need to care for this new child who is not eating any solid foods yet, but it will come, and it will probably come sooner than you think, and you might not be ready for that. I didn't feel ready when my son got to around 6 months old, and everyone was like, okay, start feeding him food. I was like, well, I didn't know what to do. So the way you get to this is, first of all, just meal planning. I'm sure you've heard it before. Maybe your mom did it when you were a kid. Yeah, you can start with a week. So you plan for a week. These are the dinners that we are going to eat. And then you have to find out what kind of ingredients you need. You make a list of your ingredients. You go to the grocery store once in the whole week. You get what you need, and you prepare your food. You can have one afternoon or one day that's what you do. You go grocery shopping, and then you prepare 2-3 meals that you either eat or freeze or just have in your fridge, so that when it's time for a meal, you just take it out and there's a lot less preparation. So you spent one full day in this, or a half day, whatever. In the long run, you have more time for yourself, for your child, for caring for yourself, or just time as a family. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so once you've done this for a couple of weeks, and you got it down, you know how to manage 1 week of groceries and of meals, then if you want and if you feel comfortable with this, you can do it up to 2 weeks. So same thing, same process, but you just double it. And so you choose your meals, you do your groceries accordingly, and then you prepare food. So as time goes by, you'll kind of customize this to your taste. Then when you are doing your weekly or your bi-weekly planning of meals, you have this recipe book that you can just go through and be like, okay, well, what are we gonna eat? Now when you're pregnant, you will notice that, I mean, once you pass the first trimester, you might come back to normal a little bit with your way of eating and your tastes. All of this information I'm giving you now, in the first trimester, I wouldn't have been able to really follow it. But once you get to the second trimester, it might, you might be able to follow this much more. Okay, so that's for your kitchen and the food. Now the other thing that can take up a lot of time, especially if you're a homemaker, is just cleaning your house. Now this honestly is very much not my strong point, but it still needs to be done, and as much as I hate it, and I wish someone else could just come into my home and clean my messes, it's also something that can become a system, and you just have it already set out in your week. This is the day I clean my house. This is the day I do my laundry, and this is the day I do all those other random, only once a month type thing, cleaning. Like what? Like polishing the silverware, which I don't do. Anyways, but you get what I mean. It's obviously right now your baby and child are just way too young to help you with that. But eventually they will grow up and probably enjoy helping out mommy. Yeah, at least we hope. Yeah. If before your kids get to that age where you can have them help out with the cleaning around the house, well, it's gonna help you also, because again, it's gonna be like, okay, what is today? Today is Thursday, so today is the day that I do cleaning. So it's the same sort of with all the kitchen stuff. If you know that on Saturdays is when you do groceries, then you know that's the days you do groceries. And so you need to know before Saturday what you need to go and get. So you'll know that on Thursday nights you plan your meal for the next week. So whatever, I mean, you can choose your days and customize it to your schedule. But once it becomes something that you don't have to think about, then it's just so much easier, and you take the oh my god, there's so much to do out of the equation, and you just feel better. And anyways, this is a great time during your pregnancy to slowly incorporate these things into your routines and into your household. So use this time wisely. There's a reason why there's 9 months to a pregnancy. There's so many reasons, but this is also one of them. This is one of the aspects of preparing for being a family, or if you already are a family, then to adding a new member. So gradually and consistently add one element at a time, and you'll see in a very short time how smoothly things can be running. And it took me a long time to get this, and actually I'm not even sure I quite got it yet. And actually I started so many times trying to get organized and trying to have my meals prepared and, you know, thought in advance, and then something would happen. We would leave for the weekend and then I would lose it, and then I had to remember again how important this was and try again. So anyway, so I'm telling you now, consistently and gradually incorporate these small elements to have a smoothly running household. So there's less stomach, there's less there's less stomach, of course. Yeah. Meal stuff. Oh, jeez, I don't know what I'm saying. Now,